Tonight. This is WryTron College Weekly, brought to you by PickAdvisor.com. My name is Rycape. I am joined tonight by the college basketball expert for Pick Advisors and the Insiders Room, Joey Tron. How you doing tonight, Joey?
Good, good. Got one play in right now. It's the Miami Rutgers under, and I got another play posted tonight. So looking forward to that one.
All right.
How
So
about you? How you doing?
I'm wonderful. I can't complain. Never had a bad day in my life.
Good stuff.
So
Good stuff.
tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about 3 college basketball games for tomorrow. These are all ranked teams. After that, we'll talk about a little bit about championship weekend for college football. And then we'll get into the college football playoffs, what we think is going to happen, who's going to be in, who's going to be out. So how about we get started with college basketball? So first game that we took a look at this week was Creighton against Texas. This game is tomorrow night. I don't know what time. So Texas is undefeated. Creighton, both teams are ranked. These teams are pretty decent. It should be a good game. What are your thoughts here, Joey?
Honestly, I think this is a great Big East, Big 12 battle matchup. It's a top 10 game. Both offenses are pretty damn good. They're within the top 15 of efficiency. I really think this will be a high scoring contest, but the one difference that I personally think that sets these two teams apart in terms of their moving to the next level in college basketball is the defense. Texas defense is just unstoppable, man. They just force so many turnovers. We saw it against Gonzaga. You know, Gonzaga is supposed to be one of these top elite college basketball programs. They turned the ball over 20 times against Texas. You know, and this game is in Texas as well. So with that environment, man, I think this is gonna be a phenomenal game. You got Tyrese Hunter with Texas shooting pretty well, averaging about 16 points a game. You got Ryan Kalkbrenner from Creighton averaging just about the same. This is gonna be a really good battle. That's gonna come down to the two defenses.
Yeah, it's definitely a defense versus offense game here. Creighton is definitely has the edge on points per game. Defensively, Texas is one of the best in the country. I think Texas is a better rebounding team. Creighton does not turn the ball over much, so we're going to see how that goes. Texas has a lot of depth, which I think helps them. I mean, Texas defense is sixth in the country in points per game. Uh, they get up on shooters. They don't let you shoot. Uh, Creighton's a great 3-point team. It's hard to shoot 3-pointers against Texas. And as I said, Texas is a really good rebounding team as well.
They're really in your face. They really don't give you any room to shoot. So if Creighton sees an open opportunity, they gotta jump on it. That's the
They
only
do.
way they're gonna really keep this one close.
Yeah, I think this Texas defense is going to smother this Creighton team. I don't think they've seen a team like this at all. So what are we looking at the line here?
Last I saw, it was 7. Could be wrong. Could have changed already, but last I saw it was 7. I'm gonna check again right now on DraftKings. But
Yeah, so
when I last checked, it was 7.
when I was looking at my numbers, I was thinking I'd love to see a 6 at open, and I guess we didn't see that. My high would be maybe Texas minus 7.5. I don't want to lay too much points with this Creighton team because if they get hot shooting, uh, you know, this could be closer than
DraftKings
you think.
DraftKings has Texas right now at a minus 6.5, when over under at 139.5.
All right, I don't hate that.
Texas looks good at that number. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
6.5.
hmm I dig it. I dig it. I'm checking out the other lines too, so we have them. Let's see. No, I think that, in my personal opinion, I think that'll be one of the best games of the night. The later game, the 8:30 tip off. That's gonna be the night. That's gonna be the game of the night, though. Which
Yeah,
we'll
I
get to in a
agree.
little bit.
I'm excited to watch this game. I'll probably have something on it. We'll see where the market settles in a little bit, but I might have a play on it before the end of the night. So the next game we have is Kansas versus Seton Hall. Kansas ranked. Seton Hall is not. Seton Hall is 4-3 against the spread. Kansas is very, very good against the spread. Yeah, what do you think about this game?
Spread is -7.5 in favor of Kansas. That's kind of expected considering this game's in Allen Fieldhouse, and this is the first road test Seton Hall has this season. I don't really consider neutral court games a road test. It's not really a big advantage, especially when you have games out in Maui. Who's really traveling out to Maui for certain games, you know? But no, I think Seton Hall is a little overrated this season. I think they're living a little bit off the hype from last season. But not going to knock them. They are playing pretty well. They're averaging about 70 points per game, which is pretty good in college basketball. And they have a pretty solid defense. They do force turnovers. They do grab rebounds. But, you know, Kansas is your typical Kansas. When they're good, they are red hot, and they win in fashionable style. But the season's still pretty early. They are winning. They are covering. But when you have these Big 12, Big East early tip-off tournaments, anything can happen. I truly think they have these games. These are honestly college football little mini bowl games, if you really think about it. So I think this will be a really tough contest. 7.5, I think, is a big number, though. I think that's a little too high, in my opinion.
I don't know. I had it. I capped it at -8, so it's right in my area of what I was looking at. Yeah, Seton Hall, I guess they're going to have to play some good defense here. Try to get to the foul line because they are a good free throw shooting team. I think they have more depth than Kansas does. But, yeah, Kansas, their offense is really good. Points per game, field goal percentage. They have good shooters. Yeah, I don't know. I'd take Kansas up to 8. If you said it's 7.5, Kansas would be who I would take a look at. But I do think that Seton Hall could keep this game close for most of it. So maybe look at a first half spread, Seton Hall side.
Yeah, I was gonna say more of a first half for Seton Hall. My only issue with them is just down the stretch, man. They just choke. They did it against Oklahoma. They did it last game against Sierra, and it's just you're a Big East school. You're a big name school. You shouldn't be losing to teams like Sierra, only putting up 52 points. What are you doing? And this one, you just got a new coach. You got some transfers from St. Peter's over to your squad who just made a deep run in March Madness last season. These guys can contest with Kansas. There's no doubt that they cannot. They just got to actually show up.
Yeah, I think if they can play solid defense, they should be in the game. I mean, Kansas is definitely going to outshoot you, but slow the game down, see what happens. I think they could stay within it if they play right. But I'd look to Kansas minus. Would you say it was 7.5?
7.5.
I do like that number. What was the total on that?
I think it was 134. It is 135.5.
There you go. Ken Palm's got 136. Yeah,
right. I think that's an over game, in my opinion. I think you'll see some big shooting from those two teams.
Yeah, I think if Kansas gets hot, does what they do, and Seton Hall can't slow them down, this one definitely goes over the number. Yeah, I wouldn't be too interested in the total at all. All right, so the last game we have is Arizona against Utah. Arizona is undefeated. They're undefeated against the spread. Arizona is an under team here. Utah is 4-3 to the over. So, what are your thoughts on this game?
Arizona's fresh off a Maui title win against Creighton. Great game. But it's first conference game for both these teams. Pac-12 battle. Always love interconference games. Arizona is a solid team. They're averaging literally just under 100 points per game, but they play so sloppy. They turn the ball over so much. They had 13 turnovers against Creighton. Creighton's a really good team. We talked about them earlier, and they just squeaked out a win by 2 points against them. And Utah's really no slouch either. They put up points. They have a solid defense and keep games close. Um, Honestly, if Arizona does turn the ball over 13 times like they did against Creighton, I truly cannot see them covering a 7-point spread.
Yeah, it
Especially on the
looked like
road. Especially on the road.
I agree. But I also think this game could get way out of hand. But what Utah does best is to guard against the inside shots, jump shots, getting to the basket. And that's what Arizona offense does the best. They're number one in points per game. They're number one in field goal percentage. They're number one in number 5 in 3-point percentage. So this is like a really good shooting team. And yeah, I understand the turnovers and whatnot. Utah is definitely the better defensive team, but I think Arizona is just their offense is too good. I think they're going to have the ball a lot. They'll get their turnovers as well. Arizona is a better rebounding team as well, so I think they're going to get their chances. What do you have this game at?
My Wi-Fi cut out. Total is 155 and a half.
155 and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My complex is in the middle of changing Wi-Fi's. So annoying. But no, it's 155 and a half. Too high. Too high, man.
Yeah, I have no interest in the total, but yeah, I agree. I think it's too high as well. That's a high number.
I know you covered a little bit, but Utah shooting defense is no joke, man. They have some of the lowest shooting percentages to opponents in college basketball.
That they do. But
It's impressive.
Arizona is the best. Arizona is the best. They're number one. I told you, field goal percentage, points per game. They move quick. They shoot the ball. They make their shots. They take good shots. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I think when I was looking, I came out to take Arizona -6 was about the highest I'd go. I don't know what that line is.
Anything higher than 6 is really pushing it, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I expected the number to be at. I don't know.
And I feel like some of these guys will have fatigue from Hawaii. I genuinely do.
Did they all play in Hawaii?
No, I'm saying coming back from Maui. It's a totally different playing atmosphere, traveling, being away. I truly think that they might have a little bit of jet lag from that too.
Oh, Arizona?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Same with Creighton.
Could definitely be thrown in.
Same thing with Creighton against Texas. I really think those faraway tournaments will have some effect on some of these teams coming back and playing for the first time.
When did the tournament end? Sunday?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, a full week ago, actually.
Yeah. They should be all right by now.
Yeah. I thought it was over the weekend because of the holiday, but
all right. So I guess we'll move on to college football. We have championship this weekend. We have a few games on Friday, then the rest are on Saturday. Does anything jump out to you for the Friday games? There's Akron, Buffalo, North Texas, UTSA. Utah, USC is one of those games.
I think the Utah USC game is going to be phenomenal. I'm really torn on which side to take. Might not take anything and just sit back and actually enjoy that game, but I think that's definitely going to be a really good game and one of the best, in my opinion, Big Five, Power Five conference championship games.
Yeah, this is a tough one for me because, I'm a market better and excuse me, the market's going against what I like. I like USC here. I think it's good for the Pac-12 if USC wins. I know they lost to Utah earlier in the season, but that was in Utah, which is a tough place to play. I think USC is the better team here. Their offense is really, really good. They were number one in turnovers defensively. I think they're going to get the ball back. I think they're going to do really good here. I know it moved from 3 to 2.5, but I think I'm going to be on USC this weekend for the Friday game. It's not usually how I bet, but yeah, I like USC Friday.
I think the total is definitely something to look at. These two teams score, and they score a lot.
What is it at? 64.5?
No, 68.
Yeah.
Moved up a lot.
Yeah, I won't touch it. Too much for me.
Look at the last couple games. Utah dropped 63. I mean, then they played Oregon, only put up 17, but then 42, 45, 43. USC 38, 48, 55, 41, 45, 43. Like, these teams are just offensive juggernauts. Like
68. Yeah, I don't know. This is you look at these over unders in other games, but they haven't really been. Yeah, I guess they're over teams. I mean, their closest number to that was a 65.5.
On spread 62 and over, USC is 6-3 to the over, and Utah is 2-1 to the over.
Yeah, I guess I don't hate that.
Definitely a play to look at, in my opinion.
I guess we'll share the same play on Total Chaos tomorrow.
Friday Night Lights, baby. Let's get it.
So on offline, we were talking about that you liked a certain team for an upset this weekend. On the TCU Kansas State game. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Honestly, man, I really think Kansas State's gonna come out and just win. I think they're gonna come out. I think they're gonna beat TCU. Don't even want the 2.5 points. So you can fucking take them. I want the outright money line. I think Kansas State's gonna go in and they're winning.
All right.
TCU shouldn't have even won last week.
They shouldn't have won a lot of weeks.
Exactly.
Here they are, 12-0. They're 12-0.
Luck's gonna run out eventually, and I'd rather it be now than them have to go play like fucking Georgia and lose by 45.
I don't know. I think TCU has proved that they belong in the top 4. That they should be a playoff team. What do you mean?
No, man.
I feel like they're being treated like Cincinnati last year, even though they're in a Power 5 conference.
Yeah, and what happened when Cincinnati got that chance?
Well, Cincinnati's different.
I mean, I agree they're different, but like, there's only so many games you can win with that close of margins and still be like, I don't want to say respected because they are a respectable team. Don't get me wrong, but like when you literally just about kick a game-winning field goal and you want to go to the college football playoff, you ain't pulling that shit against Georgia or Michigan. You're gonna lose.
I don't know. If you're that close, why not? I mean, they've been down a lot of games where they came back and just yeah. I don't know. TCU has made me a lot of money this season. They're 9-2-1 against the spread. I actually took Kansas State the last time they played, and that was one of the only times I did not take TCU. I will be on TCU this weekend. I don't know if I'll be on the money line or the line, but yes, I think TCU wins.
Wildcats, baby. Let's go.
Guess we'll see. What else do we got?
We got a
Any
boatload
opinions
Saturday.
on this Troy, Coastal Carolina?
For which, I'm sorry?
Troy, Coastal Carolina.
Oh, I didn't really look at that one, but
Yeah.
I think Troy wins. I don't think Coastal is really going to do much.
Yeah, it line's at 8.5.
Yeah, open at 7.
So you were saying, yeah, that's why I liked him. We'll see what happens. I won't be on him. It's too big of a number for me.
I agree.
So here's another one we disagreed on was the UCF and Tulane.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you like UCF?
Honestly, I just think UCF just has a more well-rounded program. I think their coaching is more disciplined, and I just think they're going to come away with a win. And that number 3.5, that's a certain hook number I really like a lot.
Yeah,
I wouldn't play a money line for Tulane at that price, and I definitely would not want to lay 3.5.
yeah, I am concerned about the hook there, the -3.5, and he hasn't really moved. But yeah, I think Tulane has been a covering machine. I think they're the better team. UCF, yeah, they had really good games. They had some games that they didn't do well. UCF was another team that made me a lot of money this season. I bet on them. But yeah, I just think Tulane's the better team here. I think they're the more hungry team.
I mean,
I
they
don't
did
know.
lose. They did lose to them earlier in the season. Not earlier, but earlier in the month, I should say. But that's whatever. It doesn't really matter that much, in my opinion. Totally different scenario right now.
Yeah, I think Tulane's better.
Even with that loss, they're still in their conference championship game, so it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I agree. The over does look a little interesting though, 56.5. I think we see points here.
Yeah, I can see it going over.
Fresno, Boise. Any thoughts on that?
Didn't really look at that one that much, to be honest, but I think Fresno State can come out and get a win.
That's one of my premium plays. So go over to Pick Advisors and check it out. LSU and Georgia, we're feeling a blowout here.
I
Line
think
17.
Georgia absolutely rules LSU, but do not play that number. Do not play a number at 18.5. If we're going to play the Georgia game, look for their team total.
I agree. Stay away, but Georgia should crush this team. Clemson, North Carolina. I have no interest. I don't like the line. Anything on that?
There is one game though that I really do like, and I truly think I'm going to bet it.
Yep.
Not sure yet, but I really like the Purdue Michigan game. I know you shouldn't bet numbers that big, especially in championship games like this, but I just think this is a look ahead game for Michigan. I don't think they really care. I think they're just going to go in, get a win. Doesn't matter if it's by 1 or by 100. They already have the committee already has their back. They're going to the college football playoff. All I need to do is win. You know, I don't think they're going to risk any big plays to hurt anybody. It's Purdue. They always play big name schools tough. They're just like Indiana. You can have a great season, and then you play Purdue and Indiana, and they find a way to beat you. I don't know.
So you like Purdue to cover this number?
I do like Purdue to cover this number.
All right.
I truly don't think there's enough in this for Michigan. Now, I'm not saying that this game means nothing to them, but like, they don't need a win to necessarily convince the committee to give them a spot in this playoff. They just got to win. That's it. Doesn't matter again by how many. It's not like they need any style points. Just got to win.
Yeah, it looks like they Michigan and Purdue haven't played a lot recently, so there's not much to go off of there.
I do think they need to get rid of the 2-division Big Ten. I think it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit. The fact that an 8-4 team is literally enough. Fucking.
Yeah.
Big conference championship game like this. Like, come on.
I agree. A lot of shit needs to be fixed in college football. So, who's your 4 teams for the playoffs? But obviously, you have TCU losing.
All right, my 4 teams. If I was a committee, is this based off of right now or what I think is gonna happen after the game is on Saturday?
Yeah, your prediction of who your 4 playoff teams are going to be.
Okay, so after Saturday, I think one will be Georgia, 2 is Michigan, 3 is USC, and it pains me with all of my heart to say this, but number 4 will be Ohio State.
I hope not.
I hope not either. But if TCU loses, like I think they're going to, Ohio State is going in.
I think USC wins. I think TCU wins. I think nothing happens. That would be entertaining to see what the committee does if something did happen.
I mean, did you watch it last night when they were talking about it?
I had it on. I wasn't paying attention.
One guy literally is talking about Michigan, and he's like, Michigan hasn't done much. They played an unranked Penn State team. I was like, what? It's like unranked Penn State team. They were ranked in the top 10 when you played them.
Yeah, and they crushed them.
I'm a Penn State fan. I know they got crushed, but like, how are you gonna say they played an unranked Penn State team?
Yeah, I feel that. I don't know.
Watch, they're gonna put Bama in over Ohio State.
I hope not. No Ohio State, no Alabama, no Clemson, please.
I don't think Clemson deserves it at all.
USC and TCU win this weekend. We have no problems.
I think USC going into the college football playoff is great for college football, like you said earlier. I think it's phenomenal for them to get in.
They need new teams, yeah. I mean, the Pac needs every year something happens, and which could happen again. USC has some crazy loss and they don't get in.
But what sucks is, I know like there's always interconference games and all that, but like the Pac-12 scheduling, they always schedule games to screw each other over. Have your big games earlier in the season, like Penn State, Michigan. Like that's like week 6 or 7, halfway through. Why are you doing Utah, UCLA on the brink of the season ending? You're literally putting 2 of your 2 best teams, automatically one of them out of the college football playoff.
I mean, didn't the Big Ten do that too?
No, because Ohio State's going to get in once fucking TCU loses to Kansas State. So no, they didn't.
Oh man. All right, we'll see about that. All right, so I guess we'll wrap this up. WryTron, tell people where they can find you at, what you got going on over at Pick Advisor in the Insiders Room.
Yeah, you can catch me on Twitter at Betting Underdog. I post all my majority of my plays, I should say, in the Insiders Room Discord, and everything else is on the Pick Advisor website. Go to the handicappers, click WryTron, and see what I'm about.
All right, and I am RyCape. You can find me everywhere as RyCape. I'm on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, everything, Facebook. I'm also on Pick Advisors. I have plays out every day. I pretty much cover every sport. I have some plays for the weekend already out. NFL, college football. So go over to pickadvisors.com. You get free plays if nothing else. Check out our handicappers. They are the world's top professional sports handicappers. Also, check out the link for the Discord, the Insiders Room, where you also get plays, talk sports, stuff like that. Any parting words for you, Joey?
Yeah, if you want to go get on some action, I still have one play posted for tonight. It's my non-conference game of the week. Tips off around 9:15. If you're interested, check it out.
Yeah. Head over to pickadvisor.com. You'll find me there. You'll find WryTron. And we have a whole bunch of other cappers there. Nick Parsons, Dan Kaiser, AM Plus Money, Jesse Schul. Get over there. Check it out. It's pickadvisor.com. And with that being said, WryTron, thank you for coming on tonight. Let's cash some tickets.
Let's get it.